KonMari consultant, and I love making videos sharing the KonMari method philosophy, tips on organizing and decluttering, how to live more intentionally, as well as shopping more mindfully. If that sounds good to you, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and come join in on the conversation. Today is Black Friday, so I especially want to make this video because I know even just for myself, I don't subscribe to a lot of newsletters, and just the past 2 weeks alone, the amount of emails I have gotten about sales and promotions has been just bananas. So I want to make this video to share some of my tips on how to stay intentional and mindful during this crazy sales season. So here are the 5 questions I ask myself before I buy anything. The first question I ask myself is, what do I currently use? What will happen if I don't buy this item? For example, this week I was actually thinking about replacing my Apple Watch. I've had my Apple Watch for quite a while. This is, I believe, a Series 3. I love my Apple Watch. It's, definitely a must-have tool for me. However, it's been getting pretty beat up, like, the straps discolored and the charge is not staying as long as I like. So I thought maybe this year on Black Friday would be the perfect time for me to replace this item. But then I asked myself this question, Helen, what will happen if you don't buy it? And the answer is nothing. Nothing will happen. I will continue to use this watch. And actually, I think that's probably what I'm going to do. The thing is, my watch is pretty old. There's not even a trade-in value. No one's going to really want to buy this watch on the secondhand market. So really, this watch is just going to go straight to recycling when I'm done with it. And I feel like I can still use it. It doesn't seem right if I just replace it right now while it's still usable. And so I'm just gonna keep on using it until it no longer functions, and I will have no choice but to replace it then. And I will be happy to replace it then, but not right now. So the second question I ask myself before I buy anything is there something else I would rather spend my money on? Because let's face it, none of us have unlimited spending power, so we can't just go out and buy whatever we want, whenever we want. And this is something that I used to do all the time when I was in my 20s. I would spend all my money on these little purchases, and I would buy a top here, a pair of shoes there. That's really how I ended up with more than 100 pairs of shoes and a closet full of clothes, and still felt like I had nothing to wear all the time. If I had thought about what I actually wanted, and in that moment think about, okay, would I rather have this top even though I already have 100 other tops I could wear, or would I rather put this money towards the thing that I really wanted? I feel like I would have made better choices. So really, this question is thinking about budget. I have a budget, I have a list of things that I want, and if something comes up, let's say right now everything's on sale, so I might see something that I didn't put on my list, but I could ask myself, is this something I would rather have instead of the thing that I said I really wanted that's on my list? And I can make a decision then. By asking those questions has really helped me avoid a lot of unnecessary purchases. The third question I ask myself is, would I buy this item right now if it was full price? And I find this question for me really helps to determine if something is the excitement of a sale, or if it's something that I actually really need at that moment. So I remember a couple weeks ago, I saw all these items that I currently use that were on sale. And I thought, okay, let me buy a backup of each of those items. And I remember asking myself, would I buy this right now? Would I buy this lipstick right now if it was full price? And the answer was no. And so that's how I knew I didn't really need it, because even though it's something that I currently use and I'm looking at my item and I still have maybe 50% of the lipstick left, it'll probably last me until the next time this item goes on sale. And I remember I also kind of thought to myself, this stuff never goes on sale, but it's not never goes on sale. It clearly is on sale right now. So, it actually regularly goes on sale. So that really helped me not make those purchases because I don't need those items right now. And who knows, maybe by the time I finished that lipstick or that hair product, I would want to try something new. So the fourth question I asked myself is, what is going to be the cost per wear or cost per use for this item? This is a great question because I've been tracking what I wear every day for over a year, and it's very satisfying seeing those numbers goes down. And it's also really great because you get to see how useful something actually is in your wardrobe. My kind of gauge is I would like things to be under $1. Like my handbag, I wear the same handbag every single day. So if something is $600 and I know I would be happy to use this for the next 2 years, then I already know that the cost per wear is going to be pretty low. And if it's like a evening clutch, I don't have any events. You know, if I was to really like find excuses to use that, maybe on date nights, or you know, if we go see a show or something, that's like maybe once a month. Like, it's gonna be really hard for me to drive that cost per wear down to below $1. Like a bad purchase, for example, would be, this is the first item I've ever purchased from Hermes. I think it was the silk scarf, and I bought it probably about 10 years ago. I think it was let's say it's like $450. And I remember at that time, I just like really wanted an Hermes scarf. And it's been 10 years. I can tell you the cost per wear is definitely not below $1. I honestly don't use it that much. It's beautiful. I love looking at it. Often I'm tempted to buy another Hermes scarf, especially when I'm in their shop and everything is so pretty. But I know, like, I am not a silk scarf person. That is just not something I'm gonna get my wear out of, and so I know like that is not a good purchase. And the last question I ask myself before I buy anything is, when will I be using this item? I like to ask myself when and be very specific, because I feel like sometimes, and I used to make this mistake all the time, I used to make a lot of aspirational purchases. They're not things that I wear, and it's not really part of that, like my lifestyle. And so if I can ask myself when will I actually be using that item, it would be really helpful for me to determine if this is like a purchase that's realistic for my lifestyle or if it's an aspirational purchase. So if I say, okay, I saw a really cool dress and I try it on and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, I love it. And I ask myself when I will be using it. I'm like, okay, I will wear this all the time. If I buy something that's perfectly weather appropriate for this weather right now, I would expect myself to wear it tomorrow, because I should be so excited to have this item that I want to use it as soon as I can. I do find that if I don't want to use it by the next day, then it's probably something that I'm not going to end up using ever. Then I will actually just return that item. And I have done this so many times. So those are the 5 questions that I can think of that I ask myself before I buy anything. It's not like I have this list on my phone, but these are just like the questions that I find constantly pops into my head when I'm at the store. I hope they will help you make some mindful and intentional choices, because with all the sales going on, I know it's really, really easy to be like, oh, that's a good deal, that's such a good deal. But in the end, you know, maybe if there's something else that you would rather have, something that you want to save up for, then don't let those little distractions, you know, get in the way of you having the thing that you actually want, because the thing that you actually want will be worth saving and waiting for. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, choose joy, live well.